Coming up on this Revisiting the 80s, I'm going to take a look at a movie from 1982. It's a movie that no one wanted us to see because they thought it was going to be way too racially insensitive, especially for that time. So let's go back now. It is time to revisit White Dog. Okay, let's go take a trip back in time to a time when parachute pants and leg warmers reigned supreme. I'm talking about 1981, when both the Writers and Directors Guilds at the time were threatening to strike. Now, we just saw last year how strikes in Hollywood can decimate not only the entertainment industry, but can also have negative rippling effects throughout our entire economy. Well, back in 81, in preparation for the possible strikes, movie studios rushed through production on some movies that they thought would be able to complete production before the strikes were to take place. One of the movies that Paramount Pictures decided to push through was the movie White Dog, which was going to be adapted from the 1970 autobiographical book by Romaine Gary, which told the story of Gary and his wife who adopt a white German shepherd who, come to find out, has been trained to attack black people. Well, apparently Gary's message in White Dog was actually intended to denounce racism. The rights to the book were bought by Paramount Pictures back in 1975 with plans for Roman Polanski to direct the movie. But then Polanski had to flee the country and hasn't been back since. Well, White Dog went through several directors until finally landing on Samuel Fuller, who had been directing movies since the 1930s. Paramount wanted the movie to downplay, though, the racial elements and instead release what they at the time called Jaws with Paws. It wasn't long after the production of White Dog was announced before the controversy started, with groups like the NAACP and the Black Anti-Defamation Coalition expressing their concerns. Now, keep in mind, White Dog hadn't even began production, so the first daily hadn't even been filmed yet, and all sorts of civil rights groups were already freaking out all around the country over this movie that hadn't even gone into production yet. Fuller didn't let the premature negative press get to him, though, and continued on with the production. And when White Dog was finished, he was confident it would prove all of those naysayers wrong and in fact be quite anti-racist in its tone. He said him and his screenwriter Curtis Hanson had changed a couple of the major elements from the book to make the movie a little more palatable and marketable. And yes, I am talking about the same Curtis Hanson who would go on to write and direct LA Confidential, as well as one of my personal all-time favorites, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. White Dog was completed in 1981 at a cost of $7 million. Paramount, however, was pretty hesitant to release it, fearing protests from groups like the NAACP, who still had not even seen the movie, but yet claimed it was very racially insensitive. Finally, early in 1982, the studio decided to hold preview screenings in Seattle and Denver before releasing it in November of '82 for 1 week only in Detroit, here in the Motor City. And this happened to be the first time I had heard of White Dog. I remember seeing an ad for the movie in the paper here. And I knew from the ad that Christy McNichol was in it, and I loved her at the time, especially since the 70s TV show Family. So I knew I wanted to go see it, even though I had seen zero commercials and knew nothing about the movie. But it had Christy in it, and that was enough for me. So White Dog came and went, grossing less than $50,000 and becoming a box office flop. And from there, it pretty much faded into obscurity, except for a few sporadic performances on HBO, Showtime, and the Movie Channel. Then, for the first time ever, in 2008, Criterion released White Dog on DVD, which included the unrated version of the movie, and that is pretty much the last time anybody has heard from White Dog. Do you yearn for a life that's free from anxiety and stress? An enriching life where you are in total control of your emotions, thoughts, and actions? Self-control that allows you to make only the best choices for you while acting in complete confidence that your actions will yield the most positive of results. Well, if this sounds like you and you're ready to get your spiritual life in order, I'd encourage you to schedule a victory session with me. My victory sessions combine ancient spiritual teachings along with the science of numerology. Interpreting your unique numerical makeup will allow me to teach you how to use these teachings and implement them into your life according to your unique purpose and spiritual personality, producing incredible results while moving you forward in your spiritual path. To take your next step forward, all you have to do is reach out to me and schedule your very own victory session. Contact me today at the link in the description or comment section, and I look forward to hearing from you. As of today, I'm recording this video. Vudu, I think that's how you pronounce it, VUDU, is the only streaming service where you can find White Dog. It's not even available on Amazon. I kind of wonder if that's because of all the controversy from back then, because typically Amazon pretty much carries every movie imaginable, but not White Dog. One night while driving, actress Julie Sawyer runs over a white German Shepherd. Being an animal lover, she takes the dog to the vet where she finds out that the animal will more than likely be put to sleep in a couple of days. While not wanting to see the dog put down, she pays for his treatment and decides she'll find a suitable home for the German Shepherd. Julie's boyfriend, Roland, played by Jameson Parker, tries to convince her to keep the dog for protection.
Look, if you won't let me move in with you, at least keep the dog. You'll have a bodyguard.
Bodyguard?
Yeah.
Oh. That's cute. No, it wouldn't be fair. To me or the dog.
But Roland's tone changes after the White Dog attacks a couple of people, including one of Julie's co-stars on a movie that she's working on. While Roland insists that putting the dog down is the only proper choice, Julie disagrees.
You have got to have him killed.
Will you stop talking about killing him?
Listen to me, Molly wasn't his first victim. Now, she certainly isn't going to be his last. Please, darling, just take him down to the pound right now. It will be over in seconds.
Do you know how they kill those dogs? I was there. I saw it.
Now, wait a second. You don't compare him to those animals. They are innocent. Now, that dog has got to be stopped before he kills somebody. That dog is sick.
Then he should be cured.
Darling, the people that made him sick made him permanently sick.
Then they should be put to sleep, not the dog.
Oh, come on, Julie. You got a four-legged time bomb.
All right. So let's say somebody trained him to be an attack dog. Let's just say that. There's got to be a place where they retrain these dogs, and I'll find that place, that's all.
Now, Julie, now you listen to me. Jesus H. Christ. Nobody can retrain him and guarantee him 100% safe. Nobody can do that.
Julie soon learns that she's not dealing with just the run-of-the-mill attack dog, but one that has been trained to attack and to kill black people specifically. She does find one trainer, Keys, who's played by Paul Whitfield, who believes the White Dog can be retrained. And in this scene, Keys explains to Julie how the dog's previous owner conditioned the dog to hate.
The man who owned him.
Yes?
How did he turn him into a racist dog?
It's simple. Find a black wino who desperately needs a drink, or a black junkie who do anything for a fix, and then pay them to beat that dog of yours when he was a puppy.
A puppy?
The younger, the better. And as the dog grew up, those methodical beatings by blacks planted that seed of fear in him. And that fear became hate, and that hate conditioned him to attack the color black before
Before a black can attack him.
Keys does his best to teach the old dog new tricks, and the process is a slow one. The main suspense in White Dog arises from whether or not Keys is going to be successful. And I haven't read the book that the movie's based on, but I guess the movie has quite a different ending than the book does, with the movie ending being a little bit more on the darker and very unsettling note. Well, I found White Dog to be a taut thriller with a message that seems even more relevant today. The biggest satisfaction for me in the movie, though, was when Julie is finally able to confront the racist pig that trained the dog in his racist ways. It is truly a classic scene. I loved it. My favorite part about the movie. The confrontation is very direct, and it's almost like she's not just talking to the old man in the movie, but to all of us. Yes, the attacks are pretty hard to watch, but the anti-racist message that Fuller delivers, for me anyways, was really clear. It's a message that I wish audiences in the 80s were actually allowed to see. Now, I'm not one that buys into all this cancel culture stuff because I find it funny that so many of the people yelling about being canceled are doing so over social media, where a lot of them have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. So it's really kind of difficult to claim that you're being canceled when so many people are hearing your voice and hearing what you have to say. But there truly was an attempt, not only by Hollywood, but also by social justice groups at the time, to cancel White Dog. And for the most part, they were successful. For some reason, Christy McNichol movies have been very difficult to find over the years, not just White Dog. Until recently, her summer camp comedy, Little Darlings, that she made with Tatum O'Neal, was impossible to find. And good luck finding the Pirate movie, an 80s musical that she started with Christopher Atkins, outside of a pretty bad copy that you can find here on YouTube. That one's impossible to find as well. As far as a rating goes, White Dog earns a very solid 3.5-star rating from me. I really enjoyed this movie. I look forward to checking it out again real soon. I encourage you to do the same. That is it, my friends, for this Revisiting the 80s video. I had a really great time putting this together for you. I'm looking forward to doing so many more revisiting videos in the future. If you like this video, please take the time to subscribe to my channel, as well as smashing that like button, turning on the notifications. Once again, thank you so much for checking out this Revisiting the 80s video. Bye for now.